Welcome to this edition of Action Video Game Talk. I'm your host, Scott Action Jackson, and we'll just get started into the news. Nintendo has announced Mario Kart 8 Limited Edition, which bundles together a copy of the game with a blue shell collector's item. Currently only confirmed for Europe, the bundle is available for pre-order now ahead of the game's release on May 30th. Anyone who's already pre-ordered the game can upgrade to the bundle while stocks last. Additionally, Nintendo has also announced pre-order bonuses that'll be available at retail for anyone who reserves either the standalone copy of Mario Kart 8 or the limited edition. A selection of Mario Kart-themed keyrings, including a gold dash mushroom, red shell, and bullet bill versions will be given out while stocks last. Now this is a nice little treat for Mario Kart fans. Now unfortunately this blue shell limited edition is only for the UK right now, or Europe, and it would be nice if they actually decide to bring something like that over to the US. For me, the Mario Kart series has always been the major racing game that I've always enjoyed. Because, when it comes down to racing games, I want to have fun with them. Which is why I always side with a Mario Kart. Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo 3DS will be getting a stage based around Lumos City from Pokemon X and Y. Game Director posted the image on Miiverse, along with the caption, "The Prism Tower rises above Lumos City. Up until a few seconds ago, the fighters were brawling on top of that tower." No, really. It is nice to know some of these levels that we're going to be able to play with the Super Smash Bros. Game for the 3DS and or the Wii U. But I'm looking at the Miiverse on the 3DS right now, and apparently the game director also posted some other stage images. Not only Lumos, but also one from Animal Crossing, which I think it's labeled Tortoise or something. I think he was the turtle from the original Animal Crossing game. The mayor, they should be giving us a release date for the game. If they want to keep revealing stages, if they want to keep revealing characters, I have no problem with it, but they should just give us an actual date instead of saying, oh yeah, we're going to do it like late 2014. This week's addition to the PlayStation Plus Instant Game Collection is pixel-based horror title Lone Survivor. The director's cut of the game is a cross-buy and cross-save title, meaning you'll get both the PlayStation 3 and Vita versions. I have not tried this out yet. I just downloaded this Lone Survivor game today, and I saw it had some great reviews, so I will definitely give it a try when I get to it. I did also see that the PlayStation Network Spring Sale, whatever it was called, was actually doing the Call of Duty deals right now, so I'll give this a chance and see how it plays. It is, the usual indie pixel type games, so it should be a bit of a fun game. A few days ago, an interesting and completely random piece of box art crossed the desks of IGN. It's for the upcoming PlayStation 3 and Vita title, Deception 4 Blood Ties. And as you can see, it looks a bit different than you may expect. As it turns out, this is no accident or one-off. When reached out to Sony to see if this will be a trend moving forward, and it will, all forthcoming PlayStation 3 software will toad a similar look. One that brings PlayStation 3 game boxes in line with the already established look set by PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Vita. So don't be confused when you start seeing these new boxes on store shelves at your local retailer or at your online retailer of choice. Why does this have to happen? When the PlayStation 3 cover art was first released, the lettering for the PlayStation 3 looked similar to the text lettering for the first Spider-Man movie, which I was like, this is awesome. And then a little bit later on, they decided, oh, let's just put in the letters PS3. Why? And then now they're wanting their cover art to look more like the PlayStation 4 and Vita cover art. Are you sure you want to do that? Because some retailers are going to be like, why change it again? But then again, I guess for some odd reason they want to make it look more like the PlayStation 4 and Vita, but I don't know. It just gets annoying. Sony has revealed when PlayStation 4 players can get their hands on MLB The Show 14. The game is due out on May 6. That puts the PlayStation 4 version of the game out a month later than its PlayStation 3 counterpart, which is set for an April 1st release. Now, sometimes with the video game business, you kind of expect to have at least some delays, even though people don't really like delays with video game releases. If it's just maybe like a few weeks or maybe even a month later, it shouldn't be really a problem, and especially with this MLB The Show 14. But the fact that it's the PlayStation 4 version that's going to be delayed about a month does make you wonder why is the next generation version being delayed? Evolution's DriveClub was one of PlayStation 4's games to be announced over a year ago. It was later scheduled to release at the system's launch in November with a special PlayStation 4 Instant Game Collection edition. In October, it was announced that the game would be delayed into 2014, and now it seems that might not even happen. In an interview with IGN, Sony's worldwide studio's Scott Doan explained that the company, which owns Evolution, doesn't want to release the game before it's ready. When asked if the game would be released in 2014, he wouldn't say, and the PR representative promised more details soon. Why? Okay, this is one of those worst cases of getting delays for video games. With this, what is wrong with Sony? The DriveClub has been more or less talked about for a long time. It was going to be a launch title with the PlayStation 4. It got delayed into 2014, and now apparently they're going to go back to the drawing board, and they don't know when. It probably won't even have a 2015 release. You might as well go and say that, oh, we're going to make this a PlayStation 5 launch title instead. I mean, seriously, I wonder what these people at Sony are smoking. Employees of Titanfall developer Respawn are now officially proud owners of the branded Xbox One consoles that leaked a few weeks ago. Members of the development team took to Twitter to reveal photos of their new consoles, which were originally revealed via an insider a couple months ago. This is where things get interesting. In case you missed it a couple months ago, a supposed Microsoft insider made a number of claims about the company's plans for the coming year. Along with them were rumors that Halo 2 Anniversary would be coming later this year, along with lots of other claims about release dates, and reports that white diskless and Titanfall-themed Xbox One models are also on the way. Following the recent announcement regarding the Titanfall Xbox One bundle that's coming to retail, the assumption was the original image was a fake. Now this isn't the case. What does this mean for the rest of the leaked products and details the insider posted about? So part of the leak a couple months ago is kind of right about these Titanfall made Xbox One systems. So the real question here is how much more of the leak is going to be true, especially with the Halo 2 Anniversary and I guess diskless Xbox One models. Now it would be nice if these Titanfall Xbox Ones would actually get released to retail, but I don't know if they will be released to retail. They probably could eventually. We'll see. Titanfall has a 48GB install on PC due to the demands of its uncompressed audio, Respawn has revealed. Speaking to Eurogamer, lead engineer Richard Baker explained that the data takes up so much more space on PC as it's designed to work with lower-end machines. In contrast, the Xbox One version of the game is roughly 17GB as there's audio decode built into the hardware. This also explained why Titanfall's minimum specs are so light. So the PC version of Titanfall has a bigger gigabyte install because of the audio. Now, I'm guessing PC versions of games eat up a lot more memory than, say, a system version of it. I don't know, I mean, to me, this is not really something I can give a good opinion on. The only way I can give an opinion would be comparing, like, Minecraft for the PC to Minecraft for an Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3, which I probably could try, but that's different than Titanfall here, so. Highly anticipated shooter Titanfall will not be released in South America at this time, according to EA. After conducting recent online tests for Titanfall, we found that the performance rates in South Africa were not as high as we need to guarantee a great experience. So, we have decided not to release Titanfall in South Africa at this time, EA said in a statement. There is no elaboration on what the performance issues were, though it's speculated it might be due to the region's disadvantage when it comes to ping. Numerous fans on the Facebook post, however, have argued that they played the Titanfall beta with no issues. Gamers have already set up an online petition to try and reverse EA's decision. It is not specified how long Titanfall may be delayed in the region, nor what EA and Respawn might be doing to fix issues in the meantime. There is also no word on what will happen to pre-orders. EA couldn't release Titanfall to South Africa because the performance rates weren't as high as they needed? You've got to be kidding me. I mean, lots of foreign countries won't be able to have great performance rates as far as like online beta testing and stuff like that. You gotta release it to just about every country that you can. Otherwise, they're gonna be, bootlegging it, pirating it, and you won't be making any money, EA. This online petition that the gamers in South Africa have, it's like, you wouldn't have to reverse the decision if EA didn't make it in the first place. Geralt's final chapter will miss its 2014 release window. CD Projekt has announced a delay for The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt that puts the game in line for a February 2015 release. We would have released the game towards the end of the year, as we initially planned, the board of CD Projekt shared in a statement, yet we concluded that a few additional months will let us achieve the quality that will satisfy us, the quality gamers expect from us. This is yet again another one of those weird delays. For me, this is like, it is a delay that can be expected, but it's also a delay that's like, why are you doing it? The Witcher series is a great game franchise, although for some odd reason the first one was only on PC. The second one was only released for, I think, 360 and I think PC also. And I think Witcher 3 is supposed to be released on, if I remember this right, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Why didn't they release the first Witcher onto PlayStation 3 or 360 in the first place? Ubisoft has revealed Assassin's Creed 4, the Black Flag Jackdaw Edition, due to release in the UK on March 28th. Available exclusively through Amazon, the bundle will be available on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and comes with the full game, Freedom Cry DLC, and 6 other pieces of previously released DLC. It currently isn't confirmed if the bundle is coming to other territories. The other DLCs included in the pack are the Death Vessel pack, the Kraken Ship pack, the Crusader and Florentine pack, the Illustrious Pirates pack, and the 2 multiplayer-focused editions, Blackbeard's Wrath and the Guild of Rogues. Now, this is going to be another one of those Assassin's Creed editions that is, for right now, only going to be in the UK. Although, technically, Ubisoft could bring it over to the US, just like they could have brought over that Assassin's Creed, franchise edition, which had Assassin's Creed 1, 2, Brotherhood, Revelations 3. They could have brought that over here. Just like they could bring this one over here, but they won't. I don't know what Ubisoft's issue is with the US and not bringing these editions over. I mean, Ubisoft would have made a lot of money in the US if they did that, but they didn't. Watch Dogs will feature free roam multiplayer for up to 8 players in its open world. The news comes by Ubisoft creative director Jonathan Morin, who responded to a fan on Twitter asking what we should expect outside of the game's single-player offerings. Now, I know they were talking about the multiplayer part of the Watch Dogs on the Wii U version that was getting delayed. Now, hearing about the free roaming multiplayer with up to 8 characters players in the open world does sound like a lot of fun, especially with all the hacking and stuff that can go on. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you see like guys from the Rooster Teeth, Achievement Hunter guys do some Let's Plays with the game. It'll be interesting to see how this multiplayer part of it works, let alone with the actual single player campaign. Ben Heck of Element 14, who takes requests and creates videos for assorted console modifications, recently created one-handed PlayStation 4 and Xbox One controllers. Heck was able to relocate the L1 and L2 buttons to the right side of the controller and move the left joystick to the back of the right side of the controller to be manipulated by holding the controller against your leg. Heck also created a one-handed Xbox One controller for the Able Gamers Foundation, which is currently being displayed at SXSW. Now, I do like this bit of news right here because even disabled gamers are still gamers. Even if they're missing an arm, missing an eye, damn, we're all gamers inside. I mean, if some of these developers and people who modify consoles and accessories can actually help the disabled people out, doing stuff like this means a lot to people. The new Angry Birds game that is getting a epic soft launch has become a bit more defined. Titled Angry Birds Epic, the next entry in the series will be a turn-based adventure RPG. Crafting will play a large role in Angry Birds Epic and will possibly be used as a hook for microtransactions. Players will be able to craft armor, potions, and weapons with resources either gathered in the game or purchased through the app. Angry Birds Epic will launch in the Canadian and Australian iTunes stores later this week. The finished product will eventually launch globally for iOS, Android, and Windows phones. Now, when I first played Angry Birds, I got addicted. I was having fun. So what you got here is Angry Birds, but more of a Final Fantasy combined with Elder Scrolls Skyrim involving Angry Birds, which I would guess that it's going to become really popular, just like the standard Angry Birds games have been. Now, of course, I'm going to be curious about it and hoping that they will at least release a version of it onto maybe like the PlayStation 3, 360, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, or maybe even the 3DS, and people will buy it up. For this week's major new releases, we have Yoshi's New Island for the 3DS, Titanfall for PC and Xbox One, Dark Souls 2 for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, Putty Squad for the PlayStation 4, Towerfall Ascension for PC and PlayStation 4. So that will do it for this edition of Action Video Game Talk. I will be posting up the little clips of some of the articles that was just done. I'll be leaving the usual links for the Facebook page, and with the other clips I'll be leaving the links to the Facebook page along with this actual episode. If you want to, go and leave some comments, follow us on Facebook, subscribe to us, and until next time, which might be in a few days or next week, bye.